Born in poverty, he lived much of his life as a slave. In addition to having a physical disability in his leg, he achieved his freedom and became one of the recognized Stoic teachers in Rome. Now he is one of the Stoic figures of the modern world. His name is Epictetus, and these are the ultimate laws for an authentic and meaningful life. In this video, we will teach you how to experience greater mental serenity, increased ability to make informed decisions, and a more connected life with your inner self. Let's begin. There's a question that many of us have asked ourselves throughout our lives. How can I focus on my self-transformation, or how can I lead a better life? Now I will present to you Epictetus's perspective on this particular topic. Epictetus acknowledges that his teachings must be useful for all individuals, regardless of their social status, education, or situation. His philosophy is not elitist or exclusive. Instead, it strives to offer advice that can benefit anyone in their pursuit of a meaningful life. With this in mind, we will develop a series of laws to delve deeper into these aspects. We remind you that this information can be very valuable if applied to your daily life. Chapter 1. Focus only on what you can control. Epictetus maintains that we only have real control over certain aspects of our lives. These include our thoughts, desires, intentions, and conscious actions. These are areas where we can exert our will and deliberate choice. Ultimately, we are responsible for how we respond to external stimuli and how we choose to act. On the other hand, Epictetus argues that there are countless factors and circumstances beyond our direct control. This includes the behavior of other people, actions of the natural world, and unforeseen events. We cannot dictate the outcome of many of these situations, no matter how much we worry or strive. Now I want you to ask yourself, why do I have the habit of trying to control everything and everyone? What is the reason for this behavior? Perhaps you don't have an answer, but what you do have is a solution. Epictetus invites you to simply let go of the habit without questioning anything else, no matter where you learned it, from whom you learned it, or how it came into your life. It has already harmed you too much, and if you don't do something about it, you won't be able to achieve the change you really need. Let it go now. Chapter 2. Philosophy of Fati, Love or Love of Fate. Throughout your life, you've had both positive and negative experiences, right? What if I told you that these aspects do not carry the labels of good or bad from Epictetus's perspective? This perspective not only implies passively accepting what happens in our lives, but also invites us to embrace every experience, both positive and negative, as an intrinsic part of our personal journey. Amor fati is directly related to acceptance and a proactive attitude towards the reality of life. Epictetus maintains that resistance and denial of reality are sources of unnecessary suffering. Instead of struggling to change, forget, or cling to these events, he proposes that we adopt an attitude of radical acceptance. This means recognizing that each event, even those that initially seem negative, is part of the natural flow of life. In this case, I would ask you, do you remember any event to which you attached more importance than it deserved? Whether out of fear, clinging, thinking you wouldn't succeed, and examples like that. And in the end, everything turned out quite differently, less serious, easier, or there were even moments that seemed bad in your life that transformed into blessings. If you embrace this ideology, you'll be able to acknowledge that every event, even those that initially seem negative, are part of the natural flow of life. Chapter 3. The Power of Moving Forward. There's a key to achieving what you've always desired, and while it's a fairly complicated topic, we'll give you the key to start, and that is purpose. What do we mean by this? If you don't have a purpose, there's no way to move forward. I want you to ask yourself this question: for whom or what am I doing this? What's my motivation? You might answer with things like my family, my children, my promise, my dreams, or something similar, and that's commendable. But Epictetus provides us with an answer that might be a bit controversial, and it is, because this is my path. What does this mean? Epictetus teaches us that as long as we focus on external aspects beyond ourselves, we won't be able to find our true purpose, since those aspects are fleeting. And if we give them the opportunity, every time events beyond our control occur, we'll be affected on our path. We are the only ones who will always be by our side, which means our commitment is to ourselves. So do others not matter? Shouldn't I care about others? In fact, it's quite the opposite. Once you know yourself in connection with your purpose, you'll be able to connect more easily with others, knowing that you're invincible on your path, and no matter what happens, you'll always be there for those who need you. You'll be the first person to act in a situation that requires leadership, commitment, action, and love. Who wouldn't want someone like that by their side? Chapter 4. Start where you are and grow from there. Epictetus's Stoic philosophy challenges us to constantly work on our own improvement and development, but questions like these will always arise. Where do I start? Isn't it too late? I don't know how to do it. And Epictetus's answer is, start where you are, but do it now. Epictetus asserts that your path allows you to grow the moment you decide so. You'll always have the capacity to begin, as obstacles can only be avoided, broken, or diverted when you move forward. If you remember the previous teachings, you'll understand that there are things you cannot or could not control. If you embrace love of fate, you'll realize that what happened is what had to happen. And if you know yourself in resilience and purpose, you'll be able to face the fact of starting a new adventure. You already have the tools, you just need to put them into practice. Imagine your life as an erased chalkboard with colors and an eraser right in your hands at this very moment. Would you act the same way as before, or would you use different colors to write your life? Just think about it. If you had the opportunity to win your fresh start, just as Epictetus achieved his freedom, wouldn't you take it? Exactly. There's the answer. It doesn't matter how long you've been a slave. What matters is that you're already free. Chapter 5. Be free and manifest your virtue. Epictetus believed that the purpose in life lies in living a virtuous life in accordance with reason. Helping others can be a meaningful way to fulfill this purpose. By directing our actions toward the aid and well-being of others, we contribute to a fairer, more harmonious and peaceful society. Epictetus's Stoic philosophy is strongly influenced by the logos, or cosmic reason. He believed that living in accordance with reason is essential for living in harmony with the universe. This cosmic reason guides the order and nature of all that exists. By living in harmony with reason, we align ourselves with universal purpose and adopt a perspective that transcends mere individuality. For Epictetus, the individual is inherently connected to society and the cosmos as a whole. He believed that each person is an integral part of the human community and therefore has a responsibility toward collective well-being and harmony. By helping others, we contribute to creating a fairer and more equitable society. Our actions become a link in the chain of human interactions that can generate a positive impact on the environment. In Epictetus's words, you'll be moving toward eudaimonia, that flourishing state of well-being that comes from living in virtue and harmony with reason. By contributing to the well-being of others, you're building a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in your own life. After that, nothing will be the same. Thank you very much for listening to the words of the wise Epictetus with us. We'd love to hear in the comments which of the chapters resonated with you the most and what actions you're going to take from now on to emulate this great character. And which historical figure would you like us to make a video about? We'll be delighted to hear from you. We also want to remind you that we have tools in the description that will help you achieve your goals faster. Thanks for subscribing, sharing and liking the video. See you in another video of The Warrior's Path.